Hello there, and welcome to Skyrim. We're back after a week. I mean, it's always a week, but you know what I mean. We're back, it's Skyrim time, it's the usual, nothing ever changes with me. I am the most predictable person in the entire world. Now, my computer seems to be very much chugging along. It seems to be struggling with basically literally everything at all. Everything, absolutely everything. Even when I was just using Firefox to like write up my tweet and whatnot, it just kinda got very fucky-wucky and took like several minutes. Okay, that's a bit of an exaggeration, but it took a long time for it to even so much as write up the tweet. Not to mention send it, not to mention copy it, not to mention go to the different Discord servers that I go to post my promo in. So, I'm gonna tell you right here, right now, it's entirely possible that we're gonna have to switch to PNG mode. If that is the case, we'll live with it. Anyway, we've got an Elder Dragon, so yeah. Welcome to Skyrim. Also, as I was setting up for the stream, so last stream, that is on the stream on Wednesday, when I was doing Duel Links, there was a bit of an update with OBS, and that update required me to update my graphics drivers, which I have not done in like literally months, if not a year. Like, I have not touched the graphics driver update thing in a long time, partly because I just absolutely hate using NVIDIA GeForce. Like, that is just the worst program ever. It sucks a lot. So what I'm doing, but anyway, ever since I updated that graphic driver, every single game that I launch tends to open in full screen mode, even though previously I had the settings set to where all my games launch in windowed mode because I only had the one monitor and I like to see more than just the game. So every single one of my games has now reset that setting so they now launch in full screen mode, which is not what I want. And Skyrim, of course, being a game, also fell into that category. So sadly, Skyrim also had to launch in full screen mode. Now, it's a fairly simple process to change a game like Skyrim into windowed mode. The thing is, though, it's like, I noticed with Skyrim, my preferred resolution when streaming games on Twitch is 1600 by 900. That, to my mind, is the perfect resolution because it gives me enough space to, like, the game is still big enough on the screen to where I can see the game and what I'm doing. But at the same time, the, like, actual... Do I even use fast healing anymore? Don't I have, like, a better healing spell? Thought I did. Did I not buy it? Spell... Yeah, there it is. Close wounds. Let's swap over to that. Also don't need healing anymore. But yeah, like, my 1600 by 900 is not even an option in the Skyrim launcher. there's the typical like 1280 by whatever, like the 12, I think it's like 1280 by 800, something along those lines. The one that every game ever is always going to launch in. Oh, it's like 1280 by 1080? You know what I'm talking about. It's the... Hello, Ian. It's the resolution that literally every game ever made, ever in existence, always has access to. But yeah, 1600 by 900 was not an option for Skyrim for some reason. And there's a way to change it in the game files. Like, if you go into the game files, there is actually a way to change the resolution there to specifically what you want it to. And so I did that. I manually entered 1600 by 900, and what I got was not 1600 by 900. I don't know what it thought it was doing, but it was most definitely not 1600 by 900. So I decided, fuck it, you know what? Yeah, there we go, the dragon's landing, and it's actually landing over in Winterhold, which doesn't work for me. Or, I mean, it's landing in the college. Yeah, dragons really struggle to find a place to land in Winterhold. But yeah, so like... Okay, seriously, how am I gonna get to you? What's the best way to get up there? I'm afraid if I change the load zone, the dragon will despawn, but I don't really have much of an option. If I go into... Okay, here, I'm gonna drop a quick save. There might be a way to get up there from the Hall of Countenance, but I'm not counting on that. I might have to go through the Hall of the Elements. Anyway, I did eventually get a way to where I could get the... Well, it's... So I wasn't able to actually get the resolution to what I wanted it to. I settled for... I think it's like... Fuck off. Oh my god. I think I settled for like... What is it? Like 1440 by 800, something like that. So the resolution is a little bit smaller than what I'm used to, but it's still there, it's still present, it still kind of does its thing. So just like a nitpick, just a minor complaint, it's not anything too major, but it is still a thing. Anyway, we got our dragon and get all our dragon loot. I'm gonna have to find a place. I'm gonna have to nip back home and store all this stuff because it's weighing me down. Oh yeah. Anyway, enough about me complaining. Let me take a quick nip back home. I believe Whiterun is the house where I'm storing most of my stuff, so we're gonna go over to Whiterun. And then we will come back and do some other stuff because, yeah, so I'm not really sure what I want to do today because there's a few different things. First off, we've picked up that quest for Septimus Cygnus for us to go into... Oh, the textures are having a bit of a thing right now. But yeah, so there's the thing with Septimus Cygnus. He wants us to go into Blackreach and do the Blackreach things. And while I am kind of down for that, that is also a very long quest with a lot of stuff going on with that, and Okay, what's really weighing me down? I guess I've got a lot of iron. Let's store our iron real... Yeah, let's just store all of it. Why not? And we don't really need the steel either. Although, you know what? Oh, hang on. Do I have any weapons and stuff that's also weighing me down? So the Blade of Winterhold we don't really need. That's a really cool bow. I'm gonna see if I can disenchant it. If I can't, I'll sell. Same with that one. Holy shit. Oh yeah, isn't that the one that I enchanted myself? Okay, definitely store the staff. And keep the Wappajack just because... We're still wearing our selling gear, aren't we? Yeah. Yes, we are. Okay. Then we've got our things. Ring of smithing. Awesome. I think that's... Ah, well, looks like we're gonna do some housekeeping first, and then we'll kind of decide on what we're gonna do. Because, yeah, there's a Septimus Cygnus quest, which, on one hand... Oh, God, the texture. Yeah, on one hand, there definitely is, like, something to be said about, like, us doing that quest right now. Because if we really care about min-maxing our character and, like, getting the most benefit possible out of the Augment Infinium when we eventually get it, we are going to have to go and... yeah, we're gonna have to do that quest. Which kinda sucks because it does get us a little bit out of order in terms of the quest line, and I kind of prefer to do the quest line in order if I can help it. But I guess it's not a huge deal if I can't. Okay, still nothing for me to disenchant.
Can't the dragons reach to discuss the ongoing hostilities, like the rest of the great warriors?
And can I throw on an enchantment on you? Probably gonna be carry weight. And there we go. And that'll be a level up. Alright, let's level up. I think we need more magicka. And then, what do we even want? Is there anything enchanting? We're gonna need to get these perks eventually anyway if we want extra effect, which is coming up fast. As for smithing, we're 6 levels away from Daedric. Heavy armor. I'm gonna be honest, I think it might have to be heavy armor. Unless there's anything in block we care about. So we could get better blocking. Yeah, I'm gonna go... No, not that. Hello, Need a Clip. Yes, we are doing Skyrim as usual for Sunday. Yeah, I think it's gonna be Juggernaut, because that boosts my armor rating for heavy armor. And assuming this works the way I think it does, that should increase the base armor rating for my gauntlets, which means we're gonna do more damage. Anyway,
There's a
Foreign armor.
tranquility. I had you figured for a mage. I think you'll appreciate this.
Is there anything good I can sell you? I guess you will take that.
Remember, your mind is the best weapon you have.
Heavy Nordic armor? No. We are going with the ebony armor. Although right now we're wearing... What mask is that? Volsung. Because right now we're kind of in buying and selling mood. So I wanted to get the best prices possible. I'm gonna try and remember to swap back. Yeah, the cape does look really nice. And you know what? I'm thinking I kind of want to swap out the cape. Just for right now. We could do Sapphic, but the flowers are kind of covered up by the backpack. Let's do Demigirl. There we go. We're gonna go with the Demigirl cape for today. And yeah, the textures of Whiterun are having a thing. I'm not sure what's going on here. But they are having a thing. What was the next thing I want to talk to Adrian because I can sell her some stuff.
Just browsing, or were you looking for something particular?
Oh, and we also want to talk to Yorland, because he's also a shop.
You're someone looking to protect yourself or deal some damage.
Let me do some selling with you. Alright, you can just barely afford that. Let me also sell you some arrows in that case. Steel arrows will be good. Just gonna go basically until you're completely out of money.
Don't forget to check inside the shop.
And what about your husband? Or no, your wife. Her wife. There she is. Why do you not have a shop? It's noon. Why do you not have a shop? No idea. Well, let's head for... what's his face? Also, that asshole just started up their motorcycle engine. Hello there, Zai. Or Zay. Yeah, we got the Bone Wolf. Yeah, the asshole that just lives outside my house, or my apartment, just started up their motorcycle engine, and it is so loud. I hope none of you can hear it. Yeah, the Bone Wolf is a cool little thing. It got added with the Anniversary Edition. And it's just like this little mini mission you can do kind of right around here, up near Solitude, across from the docks. There's just like a little necromancer place thing where there's these bone wolves, and one of them you can actually keep as a pet. Okay, it is you are hearing the noise. Yeah, I'm hoping they run away. Like, you started up your engine, you'd better be leaving. God damn. So rude. Alright, let's just sell all our steel arrows and our steel bolts. We don't need any... We don't need any arrows at all. There we go. Now, is there anything else I wanted to do in Whiterun? There actually is. There's a couple more things I need to do. So I just remembered I stored all my iron ore, but we don't want to store the iron ore. What we want to do is do a little bit more crafting. Seriously, buddy. Oh my god, I'm gonna stand up real quick and see. Yeah, I have no idea what's going on. Why is he just sitting there in the parking lot? He should be going somewhere. Okay, yeah, let me get back my iron ore. Because what I want... Is he finally driving away? Finally, he drove away. Good. Alright, so yeah, let me grab up my iron ore. And now we're gonna do a bit of... alteration... transmute. Alright. Yeah, just gonna do a bit of transmuting. And yeah, so now let's have a little bit of a talk about what exactly is the plan in regards to what we're gonna do today. Because yeah, again, I mentioned Septimus Cygnus is an option. There's some good stuff we could do with him. And we are gonna have to do it eventually. The downside being that, yeah, it is kind of doing the main quest out of order. Which isn't gonna, like, break anything. I just would prefer to do the main quest, like, on my own time. And kind of do it as the game gives it to me, instead of going out of my way to do it. Also, I just don't feel like going into Blackreach because that is a really, really long dungeon. One of the longest dungeons in the game. So, yeah. I'm not really sure about that. I'm not sure if I'm really in the mood to go into Blackreach. Then there's Riften, because the game has been heavily mentioning that I need to be going to Riften. Like, there's so many quests that I have to do there, and not even Thieves Guild stuff, just like a lot of random stuff that's just telling me, hey, go to Riften, go to Riften, go to Riften. So I'm thinking we'll be going to Riften. But before we do Riften, I want to do the Azura questline, because technically speaking, we're actually doing Winterhold stuff right now.
I'm the commander of the guard here in White.
And Azura is right up there in Winterhold. Also, I wonder if there's like some extra stuff you can do with Azura, since I got the Children of Azura mod installed.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Watch the magic.
Watch the magic. Okay, we've completely transmuted all our ore. That's what I love to see.
Let me guess. They're saying it's because of this trouble with
Now, time to smelt the ore and do a bit of crafting.
Got some good pieces out here if you're looking to buy. More inside.
Gold, 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 gold. And now, Let me use your forge. Diamond. Yes, yes, yes. So now we got 485, 550, 730. And let's just craft a bunch of these, I guess. Here we got 180, 380. So craft some of you. And craft some of you. Look at that, we are already only 2 levels away from being the level up we need in order to craft Daedric gear, which is going to be our endgame stuff. Now the question is, when we craft our Daedric gear, we probably won't have level 100 enchanting yet. And we really want level 100 enchanting because that'll mean like we can be really as powerful as possible. And we also don't have the perk to be able to improve enchanted items. And I don't feel like wasting a perk on that perk either. So what is probably gonna happen is when I get the ability to craft Daedric armor, I'm going to craft the best Daedric armor I can at that moment. But then we're still gonna try and get our smithing skill up to 100. And then we're also going to... Yeah, we're gonna get our smithing skill up to 100. And then... once we get our enchanting skill up to 100, that's where the good stuff is gonna happen. So yeah, we'll make ourselves a second set of gear when we do that. Awesome. Now, you have no money. There's, I believe, only one person left in town who still has money, and that's Bellathor. So we're gonna sell some stuff to him. Then we'll nip right back to Winterhold and do the Azura questline.
Let me know if you see anything you like. Everything. Trinkets, odds and ends, that sort of thing.
Haru is also sleepy. Part of it's probably from all the drugs I'm currently on, because, like... So I've been going to see this psychiatrist, right, to, like... get diagnosed for various things. That's how I got diagnosed with ADHD yesterday. And he's been putting me on like various meds just to kind of see how they will improve my mood and whatnot. And So I've got an anti-anxiety med, and then he's also started me on an antidepressant. It's like it's a weak one. It partly out of concern for my heart condition. He doesn't want to like there's a lot of antidepressants I shouldn't take because of that, so he's only putting me on like a weak one, but like all of them together are just making me a little bit drowsy. Also, not to mention I just took a CBD edible right before the stream, so that's another reason why I'm a little bit on the sleepy side. So yeah, we got the Azura thing. Oh right, there was this quest, which I have no idea what that quest is all about. So let's first just head back to... Yeah, let's go to the college first, because I've still got a few things left to sell. Oh my god, all my pets are so annoying. They just block up everything. Okay. Oh right, you've got a quest for me too.
Before you even ask, yes, I have an ancestry steeped in magic, and no, I don't want to talk about it. Yes, I know Winterhold used to be full of my kind, and no, I don't care that they're all gone now. Does that cover everything? I've just been asked enough questions. I'm here to learn not to explain myself over and over. Forgive me. I didn't mean to assume.
Yeah, the apprentices all have quests for me to do.
Very well. I need your help with something private. Yes, but it needs to be kept quiet. I may have entered into an agreement with Enther. He had something I needed, so I traded him something of mine. It was a mistake, and now I want back what I gave him. It's an amulet that belonged to my family. I should have given it to Enther. But he won't deal with me. Talk to him. See what it'll take to get my amulet back.
What did he need?
It doesn't matter. It's also none of your concern. Just talk to him. See if you can convince him to give my amulet back.
Why is it important?
I told you, it's from my family. I know they've always disapproved of what I wanted in life. To learn magic instead of becoming a farmer or a hunter. But no matter how poorly they may have treated me, they're still my family. I didn't consider that until after I made the trade.
Alright.
Alright then.
Now what about Jizargo?
You are new, yes? Have you mastered the expert level distraction spells yet?
That's beyond my level of skill.
Is it? This is disappointing. Jizargo hoped there might be one who could keep pace with his accomplishments.
Not everything's a competition, you know.
Oh, but you are wrong. The only reason you could disagree is because you are losing so badly you cannot see it.
You seem
It is
very sure
much
yourself.
for Jizargo to be sure of. There is skill in magic, there is charm, and there is a strong will. Jizargo will be successful, of this there is no doubt. Mages in Cyrodiil are all about politics. The Synod and the College of Whispers are too busy guarding secrets to bother to teach. Skyrim was not Jizargo's first choice, but Winterhold is removed from politics, dedicated to study. This is the place for Jizargo to become great.
Alright, so he can't get his quest for... what's her name? Brayla? Yeah, we can't get either of those quests yet. I'm gonna... let's talk to Enther first. We might be able to buy and sell from him as well. CP.
Well, you're certainly making a name
You
for
don't have
yourself.
any spells.
Let me give you a bit of advice. You want to work on something that's not officially allowed? Don't tell anyone you're doing it.
Can I talk to
Even
you?
with the college's laid-back attitude, there are still some things that are off limits.
What's not allowed? Oh, can we do business?
I hope you've got some coin.
I do.
Well, let's just take a look then.
And by I've got some coin, I mean you've got some coin. Now, is there anything good I can sell you is the question. I'll give you that and that. And that's about it. Yeah, so Onman's got a thingy.
Oh my, how precious. Onmund is too afraid to deal with me himself, and so he sent you. I'll make this very simple for you. All my trades are final. Onmund knew this ahead of time and went through with it anyway. So there's nothing more to be said.
It's in everyone's best interest if you return it.
Yes, you see, the thing is, I'm not concerned with everyone's best interest. I find I'm only concerned with my own. I've already made it very clear that all of my trades are final.
There must be something I can do to change your mind.
Look how persistent you are. It's charming, really. Onmund gave up the first time I said no, but not you. All right, I'll tell you a little story. Let's pretend for a moment that a certain individual was looking to acquire a particular staff. Let's also pretend that he traded some valuable items for said staff. And it was only later that it was realized that this individual might misuse such a staff. The resulting disaster would reflect quite poorly on everyone involved. Are you following me?
What's your point?
You're not very good at this, are you? Look, I traded a staff to someone and found out later that was a bad idea, so I'd like the staff back. Understand now?
I'll get it for you.
Finally, we have an agreement. I look forward to having it back soon. The sooner the better, in fact.
Right now.
Urag can be very helpful. Just don't antagonize him.
You
I'm
have
working on some
No,
very
you don't have selling stuff. I want another shop.
It's lies. All of it. I don't care what she told you. It's all lies.
What are you talking about?
Feralda, don't act like she didn't say anything. I know her, and I know what she's been up to.
What's your problem?
My problem with her? She's the one who has a problem with me. She's threatened by me, by my skill as a wizard, by my elegance and posture, by my superior good looks. But she is not going to get the better of me. Oh no, I won't let it get to me one bit. That's what she's after. She's trying to undermine my confidence, make me doubt myself. Well, it won't work, I tell you.
You could probably use some help.
Well, I suppose I could use a hand with something, yes. Feralda's working on something, and I want to know what it is. I want her notes. You think you could get them for me without her knowing?
Isn't that stealing?
Yes. Yes, it is. You have a problem with that? Look, either you get the notes, or I'll figure out another way to do it. Just come find me if you get your hands on them. All right, then.
All right. Now, do you have
If you have a moment, could you help me with something?
Oh, come on. Yes, 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 yes. Let me do the thing for you.
I still need...
What do you need help?
We're all trying to become better mages, right? Well, I need someone I can practice a few spells on. Nothing dangerous, really. Would you be willing to assist me?
Okay, I'll help.
Oh, good. I was afraid I'd have to go ask Jazargo. Now, you just stand there. Please hold still, and don't move. There. Now Oh dear. That wasn't supposed to happen. Do you feel all right? You look very, green. I am so very sorry. I went over this again and again, and I was sure it would have better results.
What did he do?
I'm not really sure. I think it's just a minor miscalculation on my part. I'm sure it will wear off soon. When it does, you'll be perfectly fine, and then we can try again. In the meantime, I'll see about figuring out what went wrong. Until next time.
Yay! So yeah, we got Brayla's thing going. Jazargo.
Can you possibly help Jazargo?
What do you need?
Jazargo has seen that Toftir likes you. You must be very skilled with magic, yes? Jazargo is working hard, but cannot do it alone. Can you help with this?
What kind of help?
Jazargo has worked hard on learning new spells, trying new things. This will make Jazargo stand out as a mage. But Jazargo works so hard, there is no time to test these new spells. If you help with the testing, this will make learning easier. Jazargo will give you scrolls. You will use them and report the results. This is a good plan, no? You tell Jazargo when you are ready.
Alright.
You can resist, can you? Let's see. This one, I think. Jazargo has designed it to be an excellent flame cloak with a twist. It is especially potent against the undead and should burn them to a crisp in no time. Jazargo gives you plenty of these scrolls, so you try them and return when you can say whether they work. Jazargo will wait work how well his scrolls.
Now the Jazargo quest is... Yeah, like... So these 3 quests that the 3 students give you are all very different flavors of quest. Brayla's quest is just, she does the thing, and then you wait for the thing to wear off, and when it does, you go back to her, and then she'll do another thing, and then the quest is done. Like, it's very straightforward, very little effort on your part, you just kinda wait. Oh right, I was gonna look for another shop. Yeah, that's Brayla's quest. Then Onman, that's his name, right? Onman? His quest is a lot more along the lines of like your typical Skyrim quest, you know, your fetch quest of like, he wants you to get a thing, and then the person that you get the thing from wants you to do something for them, and then you do the thing for that other person, and then you get your thing, and then you're done. Meanwhile...
If you require assistance with summoning techniques, please let me know. If you would, please also contain your summons to the college grounds. The locals do not need to be agitated further by Atronachs roaming their town. The summoning of undead is even less advisable outside the college.
Alright.
So you wish to master the arcane arts?
Yeah, so... Onman's deal is like, he wants you to, like... It's your typical fetch quest. And then... Brayla... No, and then Jazargo... His quest is kind of more like... Yeah, his quest is like he wants you to use a thing a certain number of times. And that quest is the hardest one for me to do because I have to remember to actually use them. And I very rarely remember to use his flame cloak scrolls when we're near undead. Like, I just get near undead and I'm like, awesome, time to do my usual thing for taking care of them. But Azargo's is like, no, you gotta do a specific thingy. And that's the sort of thing where I'm not so good at it, because I'm gonna forget. Alright, so where to now? Shrine of Azura? Shrine of Azura. Let's do Shrine of Azura. And what's the best way to get there? I can't remember which road is the best one to get to the Shrine of Azura. I think it's this direction, though. Then we're gonna get there, Azura's gonna give us our estrogen, and we will all be good. It's a very pretty day today. It's a bit of a shame that we've got this green filter preventing us from getting a good look, but is there something right there? Is that the shipwreck? That's the shipwreck I've already been to. Okay, so that's nothing to worry about. Is this the road? It's either this road or it's the next road down. I'm gonna try for this road. Actually, we have a map. The map doesn't seem to want to be very useful. I'm just gonna head this way and hope it's the right way. Yep, there's the statue. Shame we don't get to enjoy the green, the very pretty north due to the green filter, but still very pretty. This game always holds up. Oh, we got a frost roll. Yeah, hell yeah. Alteration 75. Got a cave right here. There's actually a dragon location very close by. That could be worth investigating. Come on. Skyrim our way up here. There we go. This is actually probably the way the game wanted me to go. Okay, we're actually very close to the dragon location. We must have missed the Shrine of Azura. But here we are. Dragon time. Now what kind of dragon are you? Oh, you're just a normal dragon. You are so screwed. Damn, don't have the magic up for closed wounds. Can I use it now? There we go. The moment you land, you're so screwed, buddy. Oh, here he comes. Ooh, we got several enemies. Just some wolves. I'm gonna let them take care of that. I'll take care of the dragon. And down goes the dragon. Give me that soul. Nom 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 nom. Delicioso, as Backpack would say. Please tell me someone got that reference. Now, isn't there usually a word wall? There is Mount Anthorth. There's also usually a chest and stuff. Here's Skyrim doing its usual Skyriming. Just want to see if there's anything over here. Doesn't really seem like it. Give me my word of power. Ice form. Not a bad one. So where's the chest? Isn't there usually a chest? Am I just not seeing it? Am I blind? Where'd the chest go? Here's an alchemy table. You don't see those at every dragon location. Maybe the treasure was the friends we made along the way. Seriously, nothing over here? Hard to say. So there's Azura's shrine all the way over there. I feel like this isn't the way to go to get to it. There we go, the filter wore off. Let's deal with this ice wolf first. Iron ore, yes, give me iron ore. Iron ore is super valuable. Now we get to actually enjoy the beautiful sunny Skyrim weather up here in the north. What's that? Uh-oh. Another dragon? The screen shook and... Huh. We got some refugees. They don't seem to have much on them. Enchanter's Primer, already read that one. I don't know if I've ever actually been to this location. But it sure is something. Let's head in this direction. It's here. More iron. Let me have it. Sleepy. I should get like a yawn redeem. Like if someone redeems like, I don't know, like 500 points, I'll yawn for you. Would that be a good one? Probably not. Partly because I'm not sure like how well I can actually yawn on command. Here we go. This is the way to the shrine. More iron? More iron! I also might be partly tired just because, like, I stayed up a little bit later than usual last night since I was uploading the video that I recorded with Chloe, the next part for Dark Souls 3. And yeah, I was staying up late just to make sure that the entire video would successfully upload and stuff. So that's why I did that. Anyway, welcome to the Shrine of Azura. Honestly, one of the most beautiful shrines there is, and one of the prettiest locations as far as like the Frozen North goes. Like there's not a... They do a good job of making the Frozen North look really nice. But specifically speaking, yeah, there's like... This is one of the best views that we got here. Oh, we got some enemies too. Let me guess, more wolves? Yep, more wolves. And there's one down there that's just kind of doing his thing. Get out of my way, dog. There's the other wolf. Alright, so let's... Oh. Ooh! So here you can actually find an Azura's Children amulet if you don't want to craft one yourself. That's pretty nice. In fact, this way I can disenchant and learn the enchantment. And a grateful leather. Prince Azura. Praise be your ever-changing, ever-constant mercy. Praise be your name. Praise be your light. For the first time in my life, I feel I am truly living my life, unhindered and unhampered by the stifling bonds of Nirn's limitations. For the first time in my life, I am my true self. Praise be unto thee. I leave this token as a sign of my gratitude to you, O gentle and capricious Azura. While I wore it, I proudly for many a year, now that you have granted me your boon, I no longer need it, for I wear your light on my heart instead of hanging from my neck. I hope it may do good for others now, as once it did for me. May it help light the way for the next soul in need of your transformative grace, from dawn to dusk, right here. So yeah, just like as a reminder, this mod that I have installed, the Children of Azura, or whatever it's called, is a lore-friendly, like, trans pride mod, where basically Azura has been ascribed to be the Daedric Prince of trans people, seeing as she is the Daedric Prince of Twilight, which is the transition period from dawn, like from day to night, dawn and dusk. And because of that, she is the Daedric Prince of Change and Transition, and therefore, yeah, like, we just got like people being happy that she granted them their boon and was able to transition. Now, because I created this character before I installed all these mods, my character is, as far as anyone knows, a cis woman. So it would be nice to get the boon, but it's hard to say if the boon is going to actually, like, change my character's gender, and if that's the case, that's not what I want. First, let's talk to you.
Azura has seen your coming, traveler. It was not curiosity, but fate that has led you here.
Seen me coming? What do you mean?
Azura has given me the gift of foresight. I had a vision of you walking up the steps to this altar, long before you were born. You have been chosen to be her champion. I know it is unexpected, but do not worry. It will all unfold as she has predicted.
Very well, what does she need?
You must go to a fortress, endangered by water, yet untouched by it. Inside, you will find an elven mage who can turn the brightest star as black as night. It is cryptic, I know, but Azura's signs are never wrong. I believe the fortress may refer to Winterhold. Ask if they know this elven enchanter.
Yep. Let's see. Are you all alone here?
Yes, there were others at first, but Azura's visions tested everyone's faith. One by one, they left, afraid to know their own future. But I refuse to abandon the shrine. The visions are a gift. Azura warns me of tragedy, war, death. Before it happens, I won't leave her guidance.
Where'd the shrine come from?
My people, the Dunmer, built it. We fled from Morrowind after Vardenfell erupted, almost 200 years ago. Those of us who were faithful to Azura were given a vision that led us away from the island before the worst came. This shrine is our thanks to her, that none will forget that she watches over us all.
I'd like to know more about Azura.
She is the goddess of dawn and dusk. Azura sees into the twilight of the future and guides her followers through it. Twilight, guide your path.
And now let's take a look at this book, The Boon of True Self. Nirn is an imperfect creation, and thus too are all those who inhabit it. That is no reason to settle for enduring an imperfection that blocks you from finding and being your true self. There are many paths which can be taken as such a search, and sometimes it is a journey without an end, but instead an endless series of beautiful beginnings. For those whose beginning was marred by an imperfect recognition of their identity, the swiftest path to salvation is through Azura's light. Azura is a prince of duality. She is light and shadow, and gloaming in the glory of a brand new sunrise. She is possessive and petty, caring and compassionate, wise and wrathful, scheming and sentimental. She is vain and proud and beautiful, and she is all the more beautiful for the contradictions and unceasing changes of her ephemeral glory. She loves above all those who stand in the liminal places with her, those who know the taste of dawn on their tongue, the scent of dusk on the air. Those who refuse to let the constraints of Nirn define their lives themselves. To those who seek to change the imperfect nature with which the crude substance of Nirn so cruelly gifted them, she is kind. She knows what it is to be shackled, and she knows what it is to be free. Seek her favor, child, and become your true self. Ask her for succor, for change, and she will grant you that boon, so that you may match your shell to your heart, so that you may change yourself into yourself, and be who you always were. The children of Azura carry her light in their hearts, and weave their true selves on their sleeves for all of Nirn to see and adore. Embrace your own change, your own truth, and be one of us, and be whole. There is no creed. You must practice to join. No pledge you must swear. If you have walked the paths of change, you are one of us whether you know it or not. If you have shaken off the shackles of the lie you were wrapped in at your birth to avow your true self instead, you are one of us. Welcome. There is a token commonly adopted by many children of Azura by which they show their gratitude to she who granted them the boon of true self, and by which we may know and honor one another. Have you seen it? Know that there is no realm more beautiful than Azura's realm of Moonshadow, place of eternal transition where the colors run like water and the wind carries the sense of impossible perfumes. Nothing on Nirn, this solid, stable rock of a world, can compare to the forever fleeting glories of such a place. Nonetheless, in our meager mortal way, we attempt to pay homage to Our Lady's demesne, with this pendant that echoes her twilight star and evokes the colors of Moonshadow sky. Wear it to honor Azura, child, and wear it also to remind yourself that there's nothing more beautiful than embracing the change that leads to your true self. Azura's light shine on your path, whatever you wander. So that's the whole thing of true self. Like, Azura is basically the goddess of trans people.
No harm shall come to me, for I live under Azura's wisdom. Her foresight protects me, her insight sustains me.
So, what we're gonna do, I'm just gonna test this out. Put on the amulet. And do I talk
The
to you?
Twilight has foreseen all of
No.
this. Everything will be revealed. We are children of the Twilight. Beings who are to be guided from the darkness into the light. And the
Well, it's hard to say. I'm not actually sure. I'm not actually sure if the mod provides you a way to transition or if you just kind of use the necklace as a way to signify that you're trans. Either way, we don't need the necklace. What we need is to swap back over to our full gear because we are done buying and selling. Also, what is over here? Is that another iron ore vein? It's not, it's corundum. Well, what now? I guess we continue on with the Daedric quest. To the Black Star. Also, Brayla's practice is ready, so we'll do that as well. Alright, let's drop a save, and I am gonna go and take a quick break. So I will be right back. Yeah, I will be right back. Let me just real quick here. I'll run an ad, and yeah, BRB. And we are back. Back to the game. Alright, so yeah, let's just do the Azura quest, I guess. Since it's not a terribly long one, I don't think. Well, you do have to go into a dungeon. Like, you have to talk to what's-his-face in the college. And he will tell you, oh, well, here's where Azura's star is located. And you have to go into the dungeon, collect the star. And then when you do, then you have to kind of either bring it back to him or bring it back to Azura, your choice. And I guess we're going down this way. This isn't really a road, but this is the quickest way down. And yeah. Now, as for how we're going to complete the Azura's Star quest line, that's an excellent question. The best outcome, well, like the best reward, is the Black Star, because the Black Star allows you to absorb human souls, and those are frankly, on top of just being powerful, like guaranteed every single human soul is going to be a grand soul. Human enemies are also very, very common. So the Black Soul Gem makes a lot of sense as the most, like, yeah, the Black Star makes a lot of sense as the most useful of the two options you have for the Azura questline. However, there's one thing.
There's a woman I'm glad to see.
I guess we're talking to Rayla first. However, for roleplay purposes, I think I want to do it the Azura way instead and get Azura's star. Partly because we don't really do soul trap all that much. Like, empty soul gems aren't that important to us. We could change that if we wanted to, but I don't really feel like it.
Well, you're certainly not alone.
But also just because Azura happens to be the Daedra that we're kind of worshipping as the Daedric Prince of being trans, I think we want to resolve the quest in favor of her.
I still need some help, if you can spare the time.
Well, your spell wore off.
Exactly as I said it would. Now, are you ready to try again? I am confident it will work this time.
Alright, once again.
This will be worth it.
Hello? Oh, wait. Yeah. I got this stupid.
Okay, now don't move at all. Oh my. That isn't right. Just
We're a
wait.
cow.
I can fix this.
Moo.
Oh no, that's not. Let me try again.
I'm a horse.
This really isn't turning out the way I hoped. I'll get it right this time.
Doggo.
I swear. There. All better. Well, it all worked out in the end, didn't it?
Let's never speak of this again.
Agreed. And thank you for your help. You're a good friend.
Ah, we got a necklace. Magic resistance by 20%. Not bad. That's actually pretty good. Don't think we're gonna use it.
So, Arniel, how's that little project of yours coming along? Any progress worth mentioning?
Hello, Sabrina. Now, does anyone actually know what her spell was supposed to do? Because, like, obviously, with her reaction, the you turning green isn't what she wanted to happen. And you being transmuted into different animals also got the same reaction from her. Like, she very clearly doesn't want you turning into those different animals. So, like, what was her spell even supposed to do? We don't really get that information. Oh, has it? Anniversary Edition is on the Switch? Nice! Oh, that's...
Come on in. Just stoke the fire.
I'm down for that, because, like, up until now, the only version of Skyrim that's been on the Switch is just the regular edition, which kind of sucks, because the regular edition isn't all that great. Like, in terms of visuals, it just doesn't like have the visuals that we want it to. Anyway, you are the person we want to talk to.
My days at the college are long behind me, but I prefer to stay close by.
I'm looking for an elven mage who studies stars.
Who sent you? Was it the college? The Jarl? We agreed there would be no more questions.
A priestess of Azura.
Azura? Gods, it's all finally coming back to haunt me. What do you know about soul gems?
Therefore enchanting, correct?
They are, except the gem is always consumed. They're frail, except for one. Azura's star, a Daedric artifact that allows any number of souls to pass through it. Some of us wanted to find out how. I was working under Malin Varen then. If only we knew what he was really planning.
What did he do?
Malin wanted to alter the star. He was dying, disease. He thought he could store his own soul inside, become immortal. It drove him mad. Students started dying. Eventually, the college exiled him. He took a few loyal disciples to Illinalta's Deep and vanished. Look, I don't care who asked you to find the star, but don't take it back to Azura. The Daedra are evil. They're the reason Malin went insane.
Yeah, but the thing is, Azura is also the Daedric Prince of Trans people, so I don't know. I think I'm gonna take it to Azura. How does it work, by the way?
I mentioned how the star is a soul gem, only it never gets depleted. There's another rule the artifact follows. You can only store white souls in the star belonging to the lesser creatures. Azura's magic won't allow black souls to enter it. As a mortal, Malin's soul was black, so part of his work was breaking past Azura's rules. He was close before. Well, I already told you.
How did the Daedra drive him insane?
Azura is no ordinary Daedra. She commands an entire realm inside of Oblivion. The more Malin worked on the star, the more she was able to damn him. It started slowly at first. Malin would see things that weren't there. Then he would yell at students over words they hadn't said. Then one day I walked in and Malin had killed a student, and in a horrific moment of inspiration, he started using her soul for his work.
Sounds like Malin got what was coming to him.
The college would agree with you. But do you have any idea how many innocent lives were cut short just so Azura could have revenge? We're nothing to the Daedra. Pawns to move around, praise and punish as they see fit.
Alright. Also, I didn't realize... Yeah, I didn't realize you had a birthday recently, Sabrina. When was it? Happy late birthday. I don't remember if you mentioned it in our server or not. But if not, then happy birthday. Yeah, let's... So we're gonna do this quest. Now, where is it? Where is it pointing me to? Here's the thingy with the bandit camp. Where is Malin? Here it is, all the way over here. And isn't there... Part of me is saying there's like one other Daedric quest. Oh wait, what's this? Ah, the staff event here. Okay, so that's all the way there. Ooh, we have quite the journey across Skyrim to go. Ah, September 30th. Well, happy belated birthday. And I hope you had fun. But yeah, special anniversary edition for the Switch. Hell yeah. I'm probably going to be getting that too. There's a few other stuff, like isn't... Hello, Iowa. There's some other stuff on the Switch too that I was kind of looking into. Because there's some Star Wars games on there, right? I can't remember. Is The Force Unleashed on there? Because I think I remember seeing that The Force Unleashed is on the Switch. What would be another fantastic game on the Switch would be Battlefront 2. I'm talking the original, not the new one. The new one would be like... So the new one, I do want to give the new one another look because I've heard it's a lot better these days. But at the same time, I don't think the Switch could handle it. It's a bit of an intensive game. When speaking of consoles and handheld devices, oh, it might be KOTOR. That might be the one that I'm considering. But yeah, speaking of those, the deal with the Steam Deck, because remember, I ordered a Steam Deck. Yes, you can hold my hands, Iowa. I did order a Steam Deck, and it did arrive, but it arrived back home in the US where my parents live, and they won't ship it to me because shipping is hella expensive. So I won't get the Steam Deck imminently, but it is at least like a thing, and they are gonna get it to me.
Hail, friend. It's good to see another merry soul.
But it'll be when they visit, because they are actually planning a visit.
You look tired. Come, share a bottle of honey brew mead with me.
Why only have one when you can have two?
Eastmere's beard, you're one after my own heart. I would love another bottle. This good deed should not go unrewarded. Here, take this. Cheers, my friend. May your adventures find you fame and fortune.
So yeah, the deal with... Yeah, the deal with the Steam Deck is my parents are planning to visit sometime, probably this winter. And when they do so, they will bring it with them. So I will have it eventually. And hopefully there'll be a way that I can rig it up so that it can actually, like, so that it can run a game and I can stream it to my laptop and that I can stream on Twitch. Because if that's a possibility, that would be so ideal, because as you can see, even Skyrim, the game sometimes just really struggles with, and I don't know what the best way to do about that is. So what do we got here? There's a thing with this camp. Some awful stuff and a note on a hidden treasure. An exotic treasure is said to be hidden in Crystal Drift Cave. Heard it from a pointless trader trying to save his own skin. Going to send a few to see if his story checks out. If the story is true, we need to be sure the saints don't find it first. Our benefactor will be pleased. Alright, so there's a cave nearby. And by nearby, it's actually all the way down in Ripton, so we're not gonna do that. At least not yet. Oh, I forgot about the research notes. We'll do those later. We'll be coming back to Windhelm anyway. Windhelm? Winterhold. Alright, so there's that. Now, where's our next stop? So there's Felglow Keep. There's Felglow Keep up next. And then down towards around here, there's, yeah, these things. What's in Felglow Keep? That's Shalador's Insights, right? So I'll be going there next, I think. So that's on our horse. I should set that as active. There we go. So many quest markers. Wait, what? What's sending me to Felglow Keep then, if it's not that? What? Oh, it's... I'm very confused. What's sending me to Felglow Keep? That's what it is, hitting the books. Okay. And what's the best route to get there? Because the problem with Felglow Keep is it's kind of up on a mountain. And you're gonna be tempted to go this way because it is kind of close to Valtheim Towers. However, I don't think that's the best way to do it, because you have to climb up like a cliff if you do it that way. So I think heading west is the best way to get to Felglow. And here we get to enjoy the nice sunset. Also, I'm gonna be completely honest with you all. Right now I'm playing Skyrim, but my mind is on Duel Links because, God, I've been so addicted lately to just like link summoning. Link summoning is just like the best thing ever. I love link summoning so much. It's so fun, it's so cool, it's so intricate. You can build like a huge board with a bunch of link summons in a row, and it's just so crazy. And my favorite link summon, so right now there's 3 different types of link summons. Oh, or like, yeah, 3 main decks that involve link summoning. Hey, there's what's his name? Not Jazargo. Mike the Liar. So we got cultists. We're gonna have to deal with the cultists at some point. But yeah, link summons are really cool. I'll take those robes to sell, thank you.
We shall clear the way for the coming of the true dragon. I shall
Alright. Where'd your body go? There it is. And then there was a third one that Eric killed. Where did he go? Here he is. So yeah, okay, let's just head south from here. Right, yeah, so the 3 main archetypes that I've been dealing with as far as link summons go are Cybers. Cybers are really interesting because there are just so many different Cybers monsters, even on the lower tiers, like even the commons and rares have a lot of different ways of special summoning themselves under certain conditions, where if you have a lot of Cybers, you can just special summon themselves, and that's really easy to do with Cybers. So yeah, that's one thing to keep in mind, is like the Cybers are really great and easy to special summon and to get what you want. There's a giant. And also if you have, what's his name? Is it Playmaker? I think his name is Playmaker. If you've unlocked him, his skill actually gives you access to the Link 4 Cybers, which is really insane. It's a Link 4 dragon where, like, so once, like one time, you're allowed to basically bounce any monsters back to hand or return any monsters from the graveyard back to your hand up to the number of monsters that are, what are they called? Direct link? The ones where their arrows are pointing towards each other. Oh my fucking god, go the fuck away notification. Seriously, I need to figure out how to disable those. But yeah, like, so there's Cybers, and those are really cool and really fun. Then there's Salomon Greats, and Salomon Greats are slightly more complicated, and to my mind, slightly less powerful than the other options we have available, but they're still good, don't get me wrong, and I think if I had the right cards for it, they'd be very good. But Salomon Greats are the ones that everyone seems interested in and everyone seems to be building. But my personal favorites are actually, what do you call them? Alright, get away, it's gonna explode. There it goes. Yeah, my actual favorites, I have all the fire salts for Battlefield, right? I think I've already turned it in, right? pretty... Oh, wait. No, I haven't, but I do have all the fire salts. Yeah, my favorite one is World Chalice. And it's hard to say, but just, I guess to me, World Chalice just feels like the most elegant of the three. It's very straightforward in that it's like you... So your typical play... Also, what I love about World Chalice is how it actually kind of uses normal monsters, which not a lot of decks these days seem to really use normal monsters unless you're talking about, like, say for instance Blue Eyes or Dark Magician. Those ones use normal monsters, but like they're kind of just boring normal monsters. It's really just like you special summon the, like, the fact is that those decks don't care about normal monsters in general. They just care about this specific monster that happens to be normal. With this other archetype, though, with World Chalice, that one actually, number one, so like, it doesn't take just any normal monster, although it can, I suppose, but yeah, it doesn't take just any normal monster. It specifically wants a certain type of normal monster. Hello? I think I woke up Siri there for a moment. Yeah. It wants a specific type of normal monster, which are the World Chalice monsters, but there's several ones to work with. But the main point being, what I love about the elegance of World Chalice is first you play a normal monster, one of your normal World Chalice monsters, and then from there you link summon a Link 1. And that Link 1 gives you ability to get a second normal summon. And with your second normal summon, you're going to summon the World Legacy monster. Like, I think it's called World Legacy World Chalice or something like that. But yeah, it's a World Legacy monster. It's a 0/0, like, has no attack or defense. But what it does, when you do that, so you tribute the you tribute the
You will suffer at my hand.
You tribute the Link monster, and every single one of the World Chalice Link, every single one of the World Chalice Link monsters has an effect where when it dies, like goes to a graveyard for, I think, any reason. So like that means using it as material for links or any of that other stuff. It goes to the graveyard, and then you get to special summon any World Chalice monster from your hand. And so it becomes like a bit of a loop. But then, yes, you tribute summon the World Legacy. That triggers the Link monster, so you get to special summon another World Chalice monster. And then the next World Chalice monster that you summon will give you Now you have 2 monsters, so you can summon a Link 2. And then when you use the World Legacy monster as tribute, you get 2 new monsters from your deck that you get to special summon. And then from there, like, basically it's a lot to get into, and I'm a little bit loopy from all my drugs, and I'm also like kind of drowsy at the moment. But the point being, World Chalice is my current favorite deck to play with. It's so fun, so interesting. You can do a lot of really cool stuff with it. And it's just really nice and elegant how many summons you get to do in a single turn with that deck. It's so cool. Oh, watch out for that. And here, if we want to, we can do a bit of lockpicking to rescue these vampires. And then they will help us. Come on. There we go. And last but not least, you. There we go. Alright, they have all been freed. And they're gonna kinda help us. Meanwhile, I can loot the place. It's suddenly very quiet. Like, too quiet. There's the Conjurer. Are they all going back that way for some reason? I mean, I don't blame them. They don't have to press forward. They can just leave. But this is the actual way forward. No yielding for you. Yeah, normally when you free those vampires, they like rush into this room and take and they take out the enemies for you, but it seems this time they just kind of ran off, which I don't blame them. And it's not that I can't help, like I can't take out this area on my own, but it is still like a little weird. hear some werewolves. There's a filled petty soul gem. Alright.
Oh, you've saved me. Thank you so much. Who knows what they'd have done to me if you hadn't come along? I promise I'll help you get out of here.
Now, where are the books?
The books? Oh, I see. I thought perhaps... Well, I thought you'd come for me. But yes, the books. The caller will have them. She was most interested in one of the volumes. Although not interested enough to keep me from being locked up.
You should get yourself to safety.
Don't you need my help?
Yeah, this will be easier without you getting in the way.
Well, I was only trying to help. Fine. I'll just save myself then. Thank you for letting me out of that cage.
We could recruit his help, but like, I have so many followers right now anyway, and they really just get in the way. Now, if you do let him stay with you, I believe the final boss does give you like a dialogue option where she'll let you take the books if you let her keep him. But I don't really care for that dialogue option. Come on. There we go. And lockpicking is up. Ooh, ultimate healing. Alright. I guess this is the only way forward. So let's go.
Over here.
Hello. There we go. Now, I don't suppose I'll be able to cast Close Wounds. There we go. Oh, have I read this one yet? I have not. Awesome, so now we have the Red Eagle quest. It's not the best sword ever, but it's something at least. And yeah, they were kind of using vampires as targeting practice.
Get too far ahead.
It is not very ethical. Oh, let's keep going. Are we gonna get any undead? Oh, we're getting undead. Ooh, hang on. Let me quickly drop a save. Well, damn, I was hoping I'd be able to get 3. Ah, well. Over here. Nothing too bad. Is that one filled? I think that one might be filled. So I'll take it. And raise zombie, which I'm actually not sure if I know that one. I do. Alright, further into the cave. Build petty. I'll take some leather strips. Those are sometimes useful. Master Robes of Illusion. Ooh. Did you see that weight to value? That's some good shit. Wait, did I accidentally equip it? I did. But yeah, Master Robes are good stuff. They really are like some of the best weight to value in the game. And further in we go.
I knew it.
Hello. Alright, get away, get away. Sweet. Oh, this is a great dungeon to get soul gems. You're just gonna have fire salts. I don't remember if anyone else needs me to get fire salts. I think it might just be that one guy. Beerend? Balamond? There's Conjuration up. Ooh, a dilapidated shrine to Talos. Well, further in we go. We're getting close to the end here.
Never should have come.
Hello. Don't mind me a resist shock potion. take a vigorous healing. Not that we particularly need it. Oh, hello. Alright, I'll let you go deal with that. So we've got several doors. That's the way out. That's a way forward. Hello. Hello there, Ian. Extreme healing. And I'll take that circlet. Because why not? There's a Briarheart. Now, do I have any? I do. I do have one Briarheart, and those I know are going to be useful. Here's the toilet. Out of my way. So let's see this area that you cleared out. Found battle axe, nice. Is there stuff down this way? Okay, there is, which means we want to go back the other way first. Especially because the game seems to be oh wait, this is gonna be barred, right? Yep. Especially since the game is indicating to me that this is the way to go, which means it's not the way to go. Because the game loves to do that. Filled Grand Soul Gem, yes. Also, let's get a doll for our daughter. Another unusual gem. Are gonna be good. Ooh, I'll take the extreme healing as well. We're getting lots of good healing potions from this dungeon. Alright. Now we are... oh shit. We're getting very close to the end of the dungeon here. Just a little bit more ways to go. The Ethereum Wars. I've definitely read that one, yep. I feel like there's a skill book or something of import on one of these shelves. I could be misremembering. No, I'm just misremembering. Alright, let's press forward into over here. More loot. Some decent loot. Got another enemy. Ooh, the silver helmet looks really cool. It's a shame it's not gonna be as good as what I have, but oh, that looks so cool. I want to wear an entire outfit. Yeah, we got Eric as our companion. Speaking of, how's your charge looking?
No problem. How can I help?
Oh, he's still got plenty of charge on all those weapons. Okay, yeah, if you're looking for the fire salts for Balamund, this would be a great dungeon to go to because, like, the thing is, yeah, with Balamund, ooh, Juliana's. Yeah, the thing is, where you're having to collect all those fire salts, the vast majority of flame atronachs that you're gonna run into are just gonna be like summons, which means they'll disappear after they get killed. This location, for whatever reason, a lot of flame atronachs just exist. So they're not actually summons, which means you do get to loot their bodies, which means you do get to get the fire salts. So yeah, if you do this dungeon when you're trying to find the fire salts for Balamund, this is a great place to do that. Alright. Still a little bit further. I feel like we're getting very close to the end here, though. Resist fire. A bunch of healing potions. Yeah, this is basically the game saying, hey, you got a boss fight coming up. Here's how to prepare for that.
So you're the one who barged into my home and laid waste to my projects. How nice to meet you.
The pleasure is all mine. Who are you?
Names no longer matter. You may refer to me as the Caller. Now, do you have a reason for making such a mess?
I'm here for the books. Hello, controller.
So you're just one of Arin's lackeys. That's disappointing. You show real promise. You come here, kill my assistants, disrupt my work. You've annoyed me, so I don't think I'll be giving you anything.
Let me leave with the books and there won't be any trouble.
Fine. Take them and be gone. Never return here, or else you'll face my full wrath.
Alright, and now we're allowed to leave with the books. Let's give some of these a read, by the way. Because, I mean, we are, after all, here to do research, so might as well do research. So, Night of Tears by Dranor Seleth. Sarthal holds a prominent place in Skyrim history, even if most do not remember it by name. It is, of course, the site of one of the first major Nord settlements, one of the first cities of men in Skyrim, and the earliest known capital of their civilization. It was also the site of terrible bloodshed when the elves attempted to drive the Nords out of Skyrim, to succeed only in incurring their wrath in the form of Ysgramor and his fabled 500 companions who swept the elves from Skyrim and firmly established it as the home of the Nords. All that is known, but little else. What happened on the Night of Tears when Sarthal was razed to the ground? What provoked the elves to such a deliberate... No, fuck, I was reading that! Night of Tears... to such a deliberate, vicious attack, and what prompted such a severe response from the Nords? Vingalmo's treatise on the Altmer antecedent suggests that there are elves of the Merthic era, along with their counterparts, the early Dwemer, possessed a degree of sophistication unparalleled in Tamriel. They displayed power beyond what would be expected at the time. While a distinct explanation is not given for this, I believe that this work, compared with the early writings of the Hespeth Cheernus, suggests that something greater was at work on that night in Sarthal. The true motives behind the Night of Tears have been obscured to us by the passage of time, but I believe this was not a simple war of territory, or of control of Skyrim. I believe that what happened was a significant event based around something very particular. The Nords found something when they built their city buried deep in the ground. They attempted to keep it buried, but the elves learned of it and coveted it for themselves. Thus they assaulted Sarthal, their goal not to drive the Nords out, but to secure this power for themselves. I believe Ysgramor knew something of what the elves would find under Sarthal and rallied together his people to keep the elves from gaining it. When Nords once again controlled Skyrim, this power was buried deep below the earth and sealed away. Time has kept this knowledge from us, but it is my hope that time will also reveal the truth of these words. Every effort will be made to relocate Sarthal and find that which has been lost to us. So there we learn a little bit about the Night of Tears. Fragment on Artaeum. The Isle of Artaeum is the third largest island in the Somerset Archipelago, located south of the Morigian village of Patansa, and west of the mainland village of Runesabay. All these are hard to say. It is best known for being home of the Sigic Order, perhaps the oldest monastic group in Tamriel. The earliest written record of Sigics is from the 20th year of the First Era and tells the tale of the renowned Breton sage and author Vornet traveling to the Isle of Artaeum to meet with Lachesis. I'm gonna assume that's Lachesis. It's actually probably Yachesis, but I'm gonna say Lachesis because there's a person I know named Lachesis, so there we go. To meet with Lachesis, the right master of the Sigics. Now this may be another instance of like the Ian Lane deal where like capital I looks like a lowercase L, and same deal here, capital L might look the same as a capital I, but whatever. Yeah, the right master of the Sigics. Even then, the Sigics were the counselors of kings and proponents of the Elder Way, taught to them by the original race that inhabited Tamriel. The Elder Way is a philosophy of meditation and study said to bind the forces of nature to the individual will. It differs from Magicka in origin, but the effects are much the same. That said, it is perhaps more than coincidence that the Isle of Artaeum literally vanished from the shores of Somerset at the beginning of the Second Era at about the time of the founding of the Mages Guild in Tamriel. Various historians and scholars have published theories about this, but perhaps none but Lachesis and his own could shed light on the matter. 500 years passed and Artaeum returned. The Sigics on the Isle consisted of persons, mostly elves, who had disappeared and were presumed dead in the Second Era. They could not or would not offer any explanation for Artaeum's whereabouts during that time, or the fate of Lachesis and the original Council of Artaeum. Okay, here we have confirmation that that is indeed Yakesis, like Yakesis. That's definitely an I, not an L. But fuck it, I'm gonna keep saying Lachesis because I can. Currently, the Sigics are led by the lore master Solaris, who has presided over the Council of Artaeum for the last 250 years. The Council's influence in Tamrielic politics is tidal. The kings of Somerset, particularly those of Moriduin, have often sought the Sigics' opinion. Emperor Uriel V was much influenced by the council in the early, most glorious parts of his reign, before his disastrous attack on Akavir. It has even been suggested that the fleet of King Orgnum of Piandonia was destroyed by a joint effort of Emperor Antiochus and the Sigic Order. The last four emperors, Uriel VI, Morihata, Pelagius IV, and Uriel VII, have been suspicious of the Sigics enough to refuse ambassadors from the Isle of Artaeum within the imperial city. The Isle of Artaeum is difficult to chart geographically. It is said that it shifts continuously, either at random or by degree of the council. Visitors to the island are so rare as to be almost unheard of. Anyone desirous of a meeting with a Sigic may find contacts in Patansa and Rusenbay, as well as many of the kingdoms of Somerset. Were it more accessible, Artaeum would be a favored destination for travelers. I have been to the isle once and still dream of its idyllic orchards and clear pastures, its still and silent lagoons, its misty woodlands, the unique Sigics, and the unique Sigic architecture that seems to be as natural as its surroundings, as well as wondrous in its own right. The Sephoreth Tower in particular I would like to study, for it is a relic from a civilization that predates the High Elves by several hundred years and is still used in certain rites by the Sigics. Perhaps one day I may return. Note: the author is currently on the Isle of Artaeum by gracious consent of Master Sargenius of the Council of Artaeum. So there we learn more about the Sigics, more specifically the Isle of Artaeum itself. And we've got one last book, The Last King of the Aliens. Let me take a drink before I do more reading. so the last king of the Aelids. The Aelids, or Heartland High Elves, ruled Cyrodiil in the long ages of myth before the beginning of recorded history. One of the earliest recorded dates, in fact, is the fall of the White Gold Tower in the First Era 243, which is commonly assumed to mark the end of the Aelids. Although Aeliad rule over all of Cyrodiil was indeed broken in the First Era 243, this was only one of the most obvious stages near the end of a long decline. The first 2 centuries of the First Era saw increasing strife between the great Aeliad lords of Cyrodiil. Alessia appeared to have taken advantage of a period of civil war to launch her uprising. Imperial historians have traditionally attributed her victory to intervention from Skyrim, but it appears that she had at least as much help from the rebel Aeliad lords during the siege of White Gold Tower. The popular image of the Aelids as brutal slave masters is based on fact, of course, but it is less well known that a number of Aeliad princes continued to rule parts of Cyrodiil after 243 as vassals of the new Empress of Cyrodiil. This suggests either that Aeliad rule was not universally detested, or that Alessia and her successors were more pragmatic than is traditionally believed, or perhaps some of both. In any event, excavations at a number of Aeliad sites show continued occupation and even expansion during the so-called Late Aeliad period, First Era 243 to about 498. At first, many Aeliad lords continued to rule as vassals of the new human regime. In some cases, Aeliad supporters of Alessia were even rewarded with new lands taken from slain enemies. It is not clear to what extent human slavery continued under the Cyrodiilic Empire. Humans continued to dwell in the Aeliad-ruled areas across Cyrodiil, but there is nothing definitive to show under what terms. This was an uneasy relationship from the beginning and was not destined to last long. Resentment at the continued presence of Aeliad nobles within the empire was a contributing factor to the rise of the so-called Alessian order founded by Marek. The first victims of the Alessians were the Aelids of Cyrodiil. In the early 300s, the surviving Aeliad communities in human-ruled areas were obliterated, one by one, the refugees temporarily swelling the power of the remaining Aeliad lordships. Then, in 361, the Alessians gained control of the empire and enforced the Alessian doctrines throughout its domain. The Aeliad lordships were abolished. Enforcement of this decree does not appear to have required much direct violence. It seems that by this point the balance of power was so overwhelming against them, their fate was so long foreshadowed, that most of the remaining Aelids simply left Cyrodiil, eventually being absorbed into the elven populations of Valenwood and High Rock. Indeed, the rest of the Direni hegemony may be linked to this exodus of Aelids from Cyrodiil, a connection so far little studied by historians. Still, a remnant Aeliad population seems to have survived the rule of Alessians, because we hear of the last king of Aelids joining the Battle of Glenumbria Moors, where the Direnists decisively defeated the Alessians in 482. How this king's people survived the preceding century is unknown. We do not even know who they were, although recent research points to Nenalata as the possible resting place of this last king. Unfortunately, in the current state of the empire, funds are no longer available for proper scientific investigation of such extensive ruins, so the answer to these questions will have to be left to future generations. And there we go. Lots of history, lots to absorb. I'm not going to talk too much about reflecting on any of that because my mouth is very tired simply from all the reading. However, we do have a question. What do we do about the caller? We could just leave her to her own vices because that was indeed the original plan, you know. I take the books, we leave her be in peace. Simple as that. But we could also betray her and kill her right now. I do want to see, will she say anything?
You have what you came for. Now leave.
She will not. Well, in the interest of loot, I think we should murder. God damn. Game. The game seems to have crashed. Hello? Skyrim is not responding. Yeah, she do be teleporting, and this is one of those boss fights where it's obviously supposed to be long and drawn out, but because we're kind of a little bit overpowered, it's not that much of a challenge. But yeah, the game crashed. I'm not satisfied with that. I'm gonna kick her ass, and then... yeah. Yeah, the ultimate power is to crash the game. Now, come on, let's go. Alright, ebony flesh. And try this again. Yep, she teleports around. Oh god, these frost astronauts are making my life difficult. And there she goes. Do my pets actually help at all? Because I feel like they don't. They don't really seem to attack much. They just kind of exist. Anyway, we get a key. And it's time to go. And here's the boss chest. It's a shame soul gem fragments are completely useless because it feels like they're the sort of thing that should have some degree of value. Alright, what do we get in our random loot? War Axe, Spell Tome, Crappy Staff. Alright, nothing around here for us to grab. Let's activate the door bar and head outside. Awesome. Now let's grab our horse. Do I remember? He's diving right down here. There you are, Lightning. Alright. So what's our next destination gonna be, I wonder? Probably over here, Lanata's Deep. That's not terribly far away, just a little bit of a walk down the road. But before we do any of that, I think that's going to be something that we do next week. Right now would be a great place to call it because I am a bit drowsy and hungry and just low energy right now. I'm not feeling super high energy, so we're just gonna call it here. As per usual, right here you can find my links. Right there in chat, where you can find my YouTube, where I send my VODs, and also various YouTube exclusive content, like for example Dark Souls 3 playthrough that I'm doing with Chloe, is all on YouTube. You will not find that here on Twitch. If you want to see me play Dark Souls, you gotta go to my YouTube channel. And yeah, occasionally I do upload some other stuff too. So just some stuff that you can find over there on YouTube. If you want to support me, various ways you can do that. You got, of course, Twitch subs, which is also a way where you can give, gain access to the emotes that you see Sabrina using a lot during the stream. Twitch is a great, leaving a sub would be a great way to do that. And if you want to support me in a more directly way in which I get more of the cut of the money, then there's also Stream Elements. I also have a Throne wish list if you want to send me like actual things instead of just money. And of course you can follow me in all the different places like Twitter and Twitch and YouTube. So there you have it. There's all this stuff. Tomorrow, as usual, look forward to the schedule on my Twitter. And yeah. Also, hopefully, next weekend, we will finally be back with Friday nights. So, look forward to all of that. Right here in chat, by the way, is our raid message. You can copy and paste this message if you want, or type it in yourself. And if you're subbed to me, you can have access to that emote. Thank you all so much for coming. Hope to see you next time. Bye bye.